Hey, it's a new day. Today on this video, we're going to work on my 56. This is my ride, and this is my rat rod build. If any of you guys have seen the previous couple of videos on it. So, but let me show you what I did. Last time I got the body on the chassis. I got it set down over the chassis, but I didn't get it connected. So right after that video was done, I wanted to go ahead and get it connected. So I welded supports, or connected it to the chassis on both sides. So it is on the chassis right now. But as it stands, these are the only two real connecting points. So what I'm going to do is the rear part of the chassis here is kind of short. I want it to come all the way back because I'd like to connect the back of this to the chassis. I'm gonna so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this back here on both sides. I got some 2x4 steel tube like this, and I'm just gonna box it and move it back and extend it. Now, one thing that gives me plenty of room for a gas tank that I'm gonna use. The gas tank that's out, it's actually gonna be a Mustang style tank. So but what I want to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut this piece out right here, because it's rotted out and it's real flimsy. The upper part of this is okay. The bottom part of this is toast, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some this round tubing, and I'm going to bend it to match the curve that's in here. And then I'm going to weld it in, and I'm going to weld it to this edge. Now I'm going to cut the old trunk latch and stuff off, and I'm going to fix up something else for that. But that's what my plan right now is, to get this piece of pipe in here, weld it to the quarter panels, weld it to this. That stabilizes this. I can worry about fixing this part later. And then I'm going to extend this back. So you guys stick with me and watch, and I'll set you over here so you can watch me work. Oh, and I'm wearing an earbud because, you know, YouTube, you can't play music, and for copyright reasons. And I really like to listen to some hard rock while I work, and so I saw a few other YouTube guys out there wearing earbuds and stuff. The only thing I can figure is maybe they're listening to their music. So I'm going to try it. If it's not too distracting for video or causes me any issues, we're going to try it and see what it does. So that's why I'm wearing this. And you may see one switch to the other. When this one goes dead, I'll go get the other side, switch them out. So, but we're going to work on this right now. So stick with me. trim the ends down. I cut that piece of pipe long, and now I got to trim the ends down. One of these days I get me one of them good chop saws. Oh, I hear the rain coming. Cut, fit, cut, fit. That's what this fabrication life is all about. Still not cutting enough of that. Look at my mark. Oh, I got one right here. I cut one end perfect. I cut the other end all wrong. That's the way it goes for me. Let me bend this a little bit more. Good on that side. Okay. Show you what I got on there. Oh. See how I got it sitting? I'm gonna clean all this up. Clean these ends out. And I got a big gap right here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of 16 gauge. You see that big ass gap? I cut that wrong. But I'm gonna take a piece of 16 gauge and lay on this end and weld it on the end and then weld it to that. I'm gonna weld all this across here to the other side, and I'll weld that into the quarter panel. And that should make it secure for me. So stand by while I do some cleaning. Alright, I got it cleaned up where I need to weld it. I got my level setting on it. I'm going to tack it on this side, get it leveled out, and then I'll tack it on this side, and then I'm going to weld it in. So you stand by and watch if you want. Let me move that, because last time I beat on something with this thing sitting on it, it messed the battery up. Alright, this line was so jacked up, that's why you saw me hammering it up. I was trying to hammer it with way low here, but the body line here looks okay, and I can hammer that down a little bit if I need to for the trunk to get the gap down on there. But I'm going to finish welding this and welding the ends in good, and then I'm going to cut this on both sides and extend it out, and I'm actually going to mate this corners up to this bar. I'll make this corner up to this bar. I'll make that corner up to this bar. I'll weld that together. That'll attach the back half of the car to the chassis, and then I'll have some more up front to do, and then a piece right in front of the wheel wells that I'm going to do. So let me finish welding this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that, extend it out. I'll show you what that looks like when I get done with it. So stand by. Okay, I didn't finish welding this stuff in. I got to looking at my shielding gas. I'm about to run out, but I wanted to get all this tacked in place back here. So this is all connected. So the back half of the car is connected to the chassis. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to measure from right here to right here and make a brace out of some I got some 1 by 3 inch rectangle tubing that I'm going to use brace from there to there, and the same thing on the other side, and that'll take care of that. And then when I remove the front cap again, I'm going to go over and attach that firewall brace to the chassis down there. Got to redo the support a little bit, but I'm going to do that, and it'll be done. And I'm going to pull the front cap off, cut the end of the chassis off. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to go ahead and measure and cut these for the inside part and get them in, and I'll get them cut and tacked in, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, well, I had just enough shielding gas to do some welding. So I welded this in. That's as much as I'm going to weld it. I welded this to the frame, both spots. I welded and filled my area there. I welded that to that side. I welded in my thing there, and I'm gonna cap that, but I didn't have enough shielding gas to do that. And then in here, you can see I did that one and I did that one. So from the back all the way up to here, the frame is, or the body is attached to the chassis really good, and I probably wouldn't have to do this front, but I'll get to this front support later. So it's late in the evening, it's pouring down rain. I'm gonna call it a day. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, well, I had a bunch of stuff I ended up having to do today, so I didn't get really any time on the 56 today, but I wanted to show you. I slapped the doors, dropped the hood on. The hood won't go all the way down because I built a brace trying to support the fenders and the front cap. So, but just to give you an idea of what the old deuce is going to look like. And I hope you can see the vision. I don't know if it's a vision or a nightmare. But the vision I got with it is a really nice set of wheels, tires. I want to run some big meats on it. I want to run at least, I'd like to try and run at least a 305 under the back and at least a 275 under the front. Probably going to run 15s, deep dish wheels. I'll have the room. I have to come in, and if you can see, let me get down here. If you can see down here, the way the S10 chassis sits, the inside of the tire is right on the inside of the wheel well. So I'm gonna have to, and I knew I'd have to do it, so I'm gonna have to come tub this out. And what I plan on doing with that is I'm gonna cut the inside of the wheel well, cut it off right here, all the way up. Take this section out of the side here and bring the wheel well all the way over, and actually weld it to the chassis, and then fill in the middle. And I'm gonna do that on both sides. That'll give me a lot of room in there. And then I got to figure out the front. I think everything's sitting like it's supposed to right now. Excuse me. I think everything's sitting like it's supposed to right now. I don't have any hinges for the doors right now. I got a friend that's supposed to have me some hinges that I got to get. So I can't line everything up right until I get the door hinges installed and get the doors lined up. Then I can line the fenders and make mounts for all of that and make sure that's all in alignment. Oh, one thing I want to ask you guys out there in Tri-5 land, if you're watching, this rod right here that holds tension on, as you can see, that hinge over there, it's broke on the end down here. And I'm not sure if I can weld a piece to that or not to clip it up in there so it'll work, because it's, you know, it's got spring tension on it, and I put a bunch of heat on it. I'm afraid it'll just break off again later. So if y'all could just in the comments tell me where I can find one of those. And And it ain't got to be a brand new one. This is a rat rod, but I'd like the both hinges to work and the trunk lid to work. And I figure you guys are going to tell me that this is too close to this for the trunk to close. I was looking at the trunk, but as you can tell on my trunk lid, it's 8 out all the way across there and pretty much all the way across there. So I got to rebuild that edge, and when I rebuild this edge, I'm going to notch this in, this whole piece across. I'm going to notch it in and raise it up, and I'll bead roll that as I do a filler panel and redo that. So that's going to be the plan there, to take care of that issue. My doors, like I said, until I get hinges, I don't know. The door gap on this side's going to be pretty tight. I might have to adjust that a little bit. I got to fix the bottoms of the doors because you can see, and both sides are like that. Got to fix the bottom of the fender. And when I get the door mounted, then I can finish the end of my rocker. I can cut it off where it needs to be and cap it. And then I can line the fenders up and everything. So that's my plan. My vision down the road. I got another buddy that says he's got me a grill that I can have. Says he's got me a windshield also that I can have. I'm gonna take all the trim off of this thing. I'm gonna weld all the holes up, and just, it's not gonna have any trim or anything on it. It's probably gonna stay what you see. I don't plan on painting it or anything like that. I can't remember, I think it's this, I have another one of these that came with the car. This piece, I have this on both sides, but I might have to find some more lenses. And I have this piece for this side, but I don't have this piece for this side. So I got to try and find one of them somewhere one day. I'm not in any rush because I got a long time and a long way to go. So, and I think, you guys correct me, I think this piece goes all the way under and comes out under there. There's one piece under there. I got to pull that out and take that loose. I got to cut the front of the frame off, make some new mounts and all that kind of stuff. So, but I just want to give y'all a little overview of the vision that I have for the car, what I want to do. I got the LS motor, 4L60 transmission, and then I'm going to put all new floors in it. I got a tilt steering column for it that's brand new. I got it in my storage, still in the box. My other question to you guys, windshield wipers. Do they make like a aftermarket electric windshield wiper setup for this thing or something? I hadn't even had a chance to try and Google it to see, but I figure all you Tri-5 guys out there probably know what options I'd have to put some windshield wipers on it, because I want to travel in this thing eventually, and I want to be able to drive it in the rain, windshield wipers, and I usually rain-X the windows, but if I could have wipers, I'd like to have wipers. So, but guys, that's my vision. I'm going to do videos on the whole build, and from you saw me start on it till I'm driving it, and I hope you stick with me on it. I appreciate it. So thank you for watching. I'm going to get back to work on it tomorrow probably, and I'll show you. I got to cut the front of the chassis off, pull the front cap off, may try and finish securing the front firewall supports, or the mounts, the body mounts to the chassis, and then that way it'll all be done, with the exception of one thing. Back here in the back, back here, my plan is I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to run a piece of tube steel in here, and I'm going to weld it to the frame and to this support right here, and to this support, and to the corner of the support over there. When I come in here to widen the tub, I'm going to have to cut all this loose, and because all this is going away through here, because the tub's going to come all the way over to the chassis. So, and then I'll redo any supports that I need to do in there, but that way it'll give me the support here in the middle, all in the middle area. So, and then I'm probably going to cut this, I don't know if I'm going to cut this piece out or just leave it
and fill in where I need to fill in just to make it work. But when I get there, we'll go over that. So like I said again, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll be back on it tomorrow. So I'm going to see about cutting this panel out right here, this piece, so I can run a piece of rectangle tubing back here. So let's see how this goes. I bet my light does not survive sitting right there. Let's see. We can do this. How about that? Let's see. Here goes nothing. All this stuff. What the hell? That's wonderful. Ain't that just peachy? I don't know what the heck just happened. Wait. There's a screw. Is there another screw? I got trouble, don't I? Well, let me see if I can fix my damn saw. Stand by. Okay, I fixed it. Let's try it again. There we go. Well, I kind of cut that kind of crooked, didn't I? Clean this cut up with my blade. And I'm going to lay tubing in here. Okay, let's do that. Let me go get my cutoff wheel. Yeah, every time y'all watch me do this, huh? Deadgum battery's got to be dead. Bring an extra battery and see. Brace right there. What do I want to do? Cut that out of there. I think I will. I think I'll cut that. Alright. I think I'm going to end up just cutting that whole thing out right there. That didn't make any difference in support. So I may just cut that out. Might make my life a little easier actually if I did that. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see if I can cut that out. I guess it'll help to have a new blade. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Put this support in here so I can connect these to the support. Let me get my tape measure, measure this out and cut it. Stand by. Alright, I got my piece of tube steel cut. Got in there, clean the edges up. I got it in place. This will weld to here. These I'll make some tabs to weld in to connect it, and then all this will be connected, and then I can cut the wheel tubs out when I get ready to. So I'm fixing to weld this thing in right now. Move my camera over here where I can see. Alright, I gotta go make tabs for this, so be right back. Okay, I made me some tabs. Fit in like this. I made a boo-boo. I cut my holes too low, but that's how they're gonna fit in there. And I'll weld them in. I got this one clamped in place. So let me weld those in real quick and this will be done. Alright, I got them welded in. Nothing pretty about my welds, but it's solid and gives me a surface to put my floor, mount the floor down to, and I know it's structurally sound. So I think I'm gonna move on up to the front supports right now. Try and knock those out. I gotta get the front cap off of it and try and knock those out, and I'll be done with anything to do with attaching the body to the chassis itself. So, and I'll be done. So stay with me. Okay, picking up where I left off, I took some cardboard and I made me some tabs to weld the front supports. You can see this tab over here and this tab over here, and then I took my piece of cardboard and I'm gonna make a piece out of that to cut across there as a support and a filler, and then I'll weld all that in. So I'm gonna go make this, and I'm using I'll show you what I'm using for that. I'm using some 2-inch flat bar, 2-inch by 1/8 thick flat bar. So let me go cut 2 of these to fill in with, and then I'm going to weld those in, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get through real quick. Okay, I got them welded in. My welds are pretty ugly, but they're connected on the front. That front support is now connected to the chassis on both sides. So all my body, all of the body is now connected to the chassis. You know, of course, except for the front cap, but I'll make the mounting off of that later. So that's gonna be it on this one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Next time I get on this, I may try and mock up the motor and the transmission in here and get everything set up to where then I can maybe start on some floors. But I would like to get the motor and transmission mocked up in here, set in here, motor mounts welded and all that stuff. So fingers crossed, maybe that's what I can do the next time. I still got to work on the front cap. I'm going to take the grill out. I'm going to make some more cross bracing like this and keep the front cap kind of in line while I'm going on and off with it. So I may play with that a little bit and see where I need to go with it next. Next video up again, I think you can see over there what it kind of looks like. I'm going to work on the Model A again. I'm going to try and get some more parts on it. I need to get the intake all painted up, get the intake mounted, get the headers, a bunch of stuff assembled on it. Put the aprons on for the side for the running boards and all that, and see what I can get put together on it. So we'll try and make some progress on that in the next video. And then after that, of course, I'll be back on the nightmare. So with that being said, hey guys, keep your head up. Don't look down yourself. Don't look down on others. Get out there. Work on this old stuff. Save a part of history. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like, subscribe, comment, bingo bell thing, whatever you call it. I would appreciate it if you do the subscribe button thing. So till next time, guys. Bye.